أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الرحمن علم القرآن خلق الإنسان علمه البيان الشمس والقمر بحسبان والنجم والشجر يسجدان والسماء رفعها ووضع الميزان ألا تطغوا في الميزان وأقيموا الوزن بالقسط ولا تخسروا الميزان والأرض وضعها للأنام فيها فاكهة والنخل ذات الأكمام والحب ذو العصف والريحان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان خلق الإنسان من صلصال كالفخار وخلق الجان من مارج من نار فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان رب المشرقين ورب المغربين فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان مرج البحرين يلتقيان بينهما برزخ لا يبغيان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان يخرج منهما اللؤلؤ والمرجان فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان وله الجوار المنشآت في البحر كالأعلام فبأي آلاء ربكما تكذبان بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم والعصر إن الإنسان لفي خسر إلا الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات وتواصوا بالحق وتواصوا بالصبر. صدق الله العظيم. لله الفاتحة.
So inshallah now we'll have Brother Akil lead recitation.
الله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين الرحمن الرحيم مالك يوم الدين. إياك نعبد وإياك نستعين. اهدنا الصراط المستقيم صراط الذين أنعمت عليهم غير المغضوب عليهم ولا الضالين. عَمَّ يتساءلون عن النبأ العظيم الذي هم فيه مختلفون. كلا سيعلمون ثم كلا سيعلمون. ألم نجعل الأرض مهادا والجبال أوتادا وخلقناكم أزواجا وجعلنا نومكم سباتا وجعلنا الليل لباسا وجعلنا النهار معاشا وبنينا فوقكم سبعا شدادا وجعلنا سراجا وهاجا وأنزلنا من المعصرات ماء ثجاجا لنخرج به حبا ونباتا وجنات ألفافا. إن يوم الفصل كان ميقاتا يوم ينفخ في الصور فتأتون أفواجا وفتحت السماء فكانت أبوابا وسيرت الجبال فكانت سرابا. إن جهنم كانت مرصادا للطاغين مآبا لابثين فيها أحقابا لا يذوقون فيها بردا ولا شرابا إلا حميما وغساقا جزاء وفاقا إنهم كانوا لا يرجون حسابا وكذبوا بآياتنا كذابا وكل شيء أحصيناه كتابا فذوقوا فلن نزيدكم إلا عذابا إن للمتقين مفازا حدائق وأعنابا وكواعب ترابا وكأسا دهاقا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا لا يسمعون فيها لغوا ولا كذابا جزاء من ربك عطاء حسابا رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما الرحمن لا يملكون منه خطابا يوم يقوم الروح والملائكة صفا لا يتكلمون إلا من أذن له الرحمن وقال صوابا ذلك اليوم الحق فمن شاء اتخذ إلى ربه مآبا إنا أنذرناكم عذابا قريبا يوم ينظر المرء ما قدمت يداه ويقول الكافر يا ليتني كنت ترابا صدق الله العظيم.
Now we'll have another hadith, inshallah.
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Before I begin, inshallah, the verses that I'm reciting are verses 93 to 118 of Surah Al-Mu'minun. These are verses where Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talks about the Day of Judgment, and specifically He talks about the final end of two groups of people, the people of Jannah and the people of Jahannam. And Imam Ghazali rahimahullah, in his Ihya, he writes about a person who reads the Qur'an, and he says, I find no sweetness in reading the Qur'an. And so he was given the advice that read the Qur'an or listen to the Qur'an as if you are the companion and the Prophet ﷺ is reciting it to you. He said, when that happened, I reached a second stage where as it was if I was a third person and I was sitting with the Prophet ﷺ when Jibreel was reciting the Qur'an to him. And when I reached that stage, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opened a third stage for me where I was hearing it directly from the speaker. So the Qur'an is something that is there to touch our hearts and affect us from the speech of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So inshallah, take out these verses and use the translation to, inshallah, allow us to understand what the speaker is saying to us, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is saying to us. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم قل رب إما تريني ما يوعدون رب فلا تجعلني في القوم الظالمين وإنا على أن نريك ما نعدهم لقادرون ادفع بالتي هي أحسن السيئة نحن أعلم بما يصفون ادفع بالتي هي أحسن السيئة نحن أعلم بما يصفون وقل رب أعوذ بك من همزات الشياطين وأعوذ بك رب أن يحضرون حتى إذا جاء أحدهم الموت قال رب ارجعون لعلي أعمل صالحا فيما تركت كلا إنها كلمة هو قائلها ومن ورائهم برزخ إلى يوم يبعثون فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم فإذا نفخ في الصور فلا أنساب بينهم يومئذ ولا يتساءلون فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم في جهنم خالدون تلفح وجوههم النار وهم فيها كالحون ألم تكن آياتي تتلى عليكم فكنتم بها تكذبون قالوا ربنا غلبت علينا شقوتنا وكنا قوما ضالين ربنا أخرجنا منها فإن عدنا فإنا ظالمون ربنا أخرجنا منها فإن عدنا فإنا ظالمون قال اخسئوا فيها ولا تكلمون إنه كان فريق من عبادي يقولون ربنا آمنا فاغفر لنا وارحمنا وأنت خير الراحمين فاتخذتموهم سخريا حتى أنسوكم ذكري وكنتم منهم تضحكون إني جزيتهم اليوم بما صبروا أنهم هم الفائزون قال كم لبثتم في الأرض عدد سنين قالوا لبثنا يوما أو بعض يوم فاسأل العادين قال إن لبثتم إلا قليلا لو أنكم كنتم تعلمون أفحسبتم أنما خلقناكم عبثا وأنكم إلينا لا ترجعون فتعالى الله الملك الحق لا إله إلا هو رب العرش الكريم ومن يدع مع الله إلها آخر لا برهان له به فإنما حسابه عند ربه إنه لا يفلح الكافرون وقل رب اغفر وارحم وأنت خير الراحمين صدق الله العظيم.
Jazakumullahu khair. I'd like to invite now Brother Hamza John.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الله نور السماوات والأرض مثل نوره كمشكاة فيها مصباح المصباح في زجاجة الزجاجة كأنها كوكب دري يوقد من شجرة مباركة زيتونة لا شرقية ولا غربية يكاد زيتها يضيء ولو لم تمسسه نار نور على نور يهدي الله لنوره من يشاء ويضرب الله الأمثال للناس والله بكل شيء عليم في بيوت أذن الله أن ترفع ويذكر فيها اسمه يسبح له فيها بالغدو والآصال رجال لا تلهيهم تجارة ولا بيع عن ذكر الله وإقام الصلاة وإيتاء الزكاة يخافون يوما تتقلب فيه القلوب والأبصار ليجزيهم الله أحسن ما عملوا ويزيدهم من فضله والله يرزق من يشاء بغير حساب صدق الله العظيم. So with the remaining time inshallah that I have, I plan just a little talk consisting of a few verses, some hadith, and just personal stories. So inshallah, the first verse is كتاب أنزلناه إليك لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم. Surah Ibrahim. I chose this verse because the Qur'an for us is, as Muslims, it is our roadmap. It's our horsepower to really push us to be the best that we can. It is the Quran, as the verse says, كِتَابٌ أَنزَلْنَاهُ إِلَيْكَ, as in the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, a book that we have sent down to you to take people out of ظُلُمَات إِلَى النُّورِ. ظُلُمَات here, the definition, the translation is darkness. Nur, the definition is light. In this verse though, Nur is Islam. So anything other than Islam is ظلمات. So كتاب أنزلناه إليك لتخرج الناس من الظلمات إلى النور بإذن ربهم means a book that we have sent down to you, O Muhammad, to take people out of anything other than Islam to Islam. The next verse that I chose is إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ. A book that we have sent down to you, Qur'an, عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, in Arabic, so that you may understand, analyze. تَعْقِلُونَ, a lot of people take it as aql, as in brain. Aql actually is the heart. So Qur'an and Arabi is, of course, as you know, Arabic. And inshallah, we should strive to learn Arabic, or as much Arabic as we can learn. For example, if we want to go to medical school, we go to medical school to learn the language of medicine, of doctors. For our religion, the Qur'an, of the language of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is Arabic. Of the prophets, Arabic. Of the Qur'an, Arabic. So the religion of this, the language of this religion is Arabic, so we have to, inshallah, we should try our best. If we want to reach the depths of this religion, if we want to learn the details of this religion, we should strive to learn Arabic. It sounds like a lot, but if we can go through medical school, engineering school, to learn the languages of this world, there's nothing wrong with that, of course, but to learn the language of our religion for this life and the hereafter, inshallah, it's a must. The next verse is فَقُصُصِ الْقَصَصَ لَعَلَّهُمْ يَتَفَكَّرُونَ. So this is a command from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to the Prophet sallallahu alaihi wasallam to tell the stories of the Qur'an so that we may think and analyze his book. There is no other religion that really asks you to analyze specifically and to really question, not question as in, I'm not sure if this is true, but more of wanting to find answers in the Qur'an, because the Qur'an is the religion of Allah. So there are no flaws within it. The Qur'an isn't just for reciting, listening. There's nothing, of course, that's amazing, that's great. There's rewards for every letter of the Qur'an. There's no question about that. But we must act upon what we recite. We must act upon what we memorize. The first step, the very basic first step in the Qur'an is really to memorize, and from that we act upon what we have memorized. The hadith of Aisha radiallahu anha, when she was asked about the characteristics of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, as we all know, the answer was كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. So he was a walking Qur'an. In Surah Ali Imran, قُلْ إِن كُنتُمْ تُحِبُّونَ اللَّهِ فَاتَّبِعُونِي يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ وَيَغْفِرْ لَكُمْ ذُنُوبَكُمْ. If we want to, the translation is, if you love Allah, فَاتَّبِعُونِي, as in فَاتَّبِعُوا الرَّسُولِ, follow the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, يُحْبِبْكُمُ اللَّهُ, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will love you and will forgive your sins. To follow the actions of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, it means to follow the Qur'an, to act the Qur'an. As Aisha radiallahu anha said, كَانَ خُلُقُهُ الْقُرْآنِ. He was a walking Qur'an. So the more we act upon the Qur'an, the more we're acting like the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The next hadith is the story or the hadith of Rabi'i radiallahu anhu. He was a messenger of Sa'd ibn Abi Waqqas to the king of Persia at the time. And so he walks in as, of course, he doesn't look really wealthy, or he looks, of course, just a poor Arab walking into a palace. And so the king looks at him in disgust, like, what are you doing here? So the response of Rabi'i is, إن الله ابتعثنا لنخرج العباد من عبادة العباد إلى عبادة رب العباد. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has sent us to take his slaves from worshipping slaves to worshipping the Creator, ومن جور الأديان إلى عدل الإسلام, and from the injustice of other religions to the justice of Islam, ومن ضيق الدنيا إلى سعة الآخرة, and from the tightness of this world to the expansiveness and openness of the hereafter. The story that I would like to mention is Ashab al-Ukhdud. So, inshallah, most of us are familiar with it, of the young boy that walked past a alim or a monk that only was a alim, just a worshipper in his own little cave. So this young boy walked past and wanted to learn from this monk. We know the story where he eventually gained a lot of knowledge, and the whole community, the whole area became Muslim because of this sabi. Sabi in Arabic is someone that hasn't even reached puberty. So around 13, 14-year-old boy converted this entire community to Islam because he was a alim that was amil. So this alim is 90 years old. This community has no idea that he exists. But because this young boy gained the knowledge and took it upon himself to work on it and spread it, he managed to make the whole community Muslims. And there's a surah after Al-Buruj, which is referring to this story. So the knowledge that we gain from the Qur'an isn't just to be, isn't just to be recited, isn't just to be listened to, but it is a must for all of us to act upon it. Yes, the alim was in this community, but no one knew about him for 90 plus years, and because of that, none of them became Muslim. Once this young 13-year-old boy managed to gain that knowledge and work on it and work upon it and spread it, that's when the whole community became Muslim. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ma'idah, يَا أَيُّهَا الرَّسُولُ بَلِّغْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ مِنْ رَبِّكَ. Ya ayyuha rasul, in this verse doesn't mean a rasul to the Prophet ﷺ, but it means a messenger. If you're a messenger, if you have that knowledge, بَلِّغْ مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَيْكَ, spread the knowledge that you know. وَإِن لَمْ تَفْعَلْ, and if you don't, then you have not spread the message that He has given you. وَاللَّهُ يَعْصِمُكَ مِنَ النَّاسِ, and Allah protects you from everything. وَاللَّهُ يَعْصِمُكَ مِنَ النَّاسِ, all people. So there is no need to be afraid of spreading the knowledge that you have acquired from the Qur'an. The last story is one that I've experienced myself. I was around 14 years old, 15, 14, and I was asked, we were just asked to go to a church to speak about religion, interfaith, all that stuff. So the woman was one of the leaders at the church and asked me to recite a small verse. So I recited, and I'm mimicking her exactly. She says, "Can you actually repeat that again? Because it felt different." And she held her chest, as in the Quran really does penetrate people. Just because we recite it and we listen to it every day and we know how it is, it doesn't mean that other people aren't affected by it just by listening. I mean, this woman, for the first time probably in her life, listens to Quran, and she has to hear it again because it really impacted her. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says in Surah Al-Ma'idah again, وَإِذَا سَمِعُوا مَا أُنزِلَ إِلَى الرَّسُولِ تَرَى أَعْيُنَهُمْ تَفِيضُ مِنَ الدَّمْعِ مِمَّا عَرَفُوا مِنَ الْحَقِّ. And when these people, if they were to hear the Quran, or if they were to hear what was sent down to the Prophet Muhammad ﷺ, you'll see their eyes overflow with tears from what they have heard from the truth. Inshallah, any knowledge from the Quran that we gain, we must inshallah act upon it. The goal isn't to recite it. Yes, of course, memorization is the first step. It is definitely a hard step. There's no argument about that. But once we gain that knowledge, we have to act upon it. If memorizing it takes us 10 years, 10 months, inshallah, as long as we're on that path, as long as we start on that path and manage to gain the Quran and act upon it, as long as you're on that path and you die on it, then you died on the right path. And that's the goal, inshallah. Jazakumullahu khairan for listening. And that's it, inshallah.
Now we're going to do something different. So we're going to invite both the University of Maryland, Baltimore County's cabinet. They're going to come talk a little bit about what they do at their university, a little bit about their programs. And also we're going to invite some other people from UMD, so you don't just have to be looking at me the entire night, right? So first I'd like to invite Mabia, and Bilal is somewhere. He can come. Is Bilal? Okay, so just Bilal then. So just introduce. Yeah.
First off, I'd like to thank everyone for coming, of course. I'd like to thank the reciters. I'd like to thank UMD and Diyanet Center for allowing us to collaborate and host this beautiful event. I find it very beautiful that on this day, a majority of the country is out celebrating, this pagan rooted holiday. And we have come together, youth, old people, young people, sisters, brothers, all together to come together and listen to the beautiful words of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. The Prophet ﷺ in a Sahih Hadith talked about the 7 who will be shaded on the day of judgment. And we know that if one is to be shaded on that day, then truly they are of the winners. And one of the 7 is a youth who grows up in the worship of Allah. And some of the scholars, when they talking about this particular section of the hadith, they say a youth has special blessings, right, of growing up in the worship of Allah. And some of those, the reason why it's special is because when you're a youth, you're at a peak of access to certain desires in fitna, and also not just the accessibility, but within you it is at a peak, right? So our UMC MSA, our theme that we chose was roots. And the reason why, there are many reasons, but one of the main reasons why is because without those firm roots of Iman, those firm roots of brotherhood, those firm roots of knowing who Allah is and about your deen, then when this fitna comes, then you will sway, right? If you're not rooted within your deen, then when the winds and the storms of this fitna come, then you will sway, you will be uprooted. And there are 2 particular types of fitna that I find very prevalent in college that our youth, our Muslim youth is really struggling with. One is the desires and the access to, that you see a lot of people, they lose Iman because they go and they have the wrong crowd, right? They end up partying, they end up getting into relationships, drugs, etc. Another fitna that I see very prevalent is they get into this Western liberal pseudo-intellectual ideologies, right, that are rooted supposedly in science and morality, but really they're false. And alhamdulillah for Islam, because we know that it's rooted in the divine. So our goal as a UMC MSA is to strengthen, to nourish, right, these roots, especially at this critical time when the youth need it. And some of the events that we host to help cater towards these needs, we have weekly Qur'an events. Actually, Sheikh Ismat right here, he every Thursday comes and he leads Brothers Qur'an. We have tafsir classes. We have what we call roundtables, which is a teacher-led discussion. Our last discussion was on the crisis of faith. So, the youth, we have a lot of questions, right? A lot of questions that typically aren't answered. And it's very critical that we do this. We have, of course, weekly Jum'ah. We have what we would love to create, and we are creating a brotherhood and sisterhood where people can come, they can pray together, they can live Islam and also have fun. And today is a beautiful example of this inter-community work that is so necessary to help create these environments. And we ask everyone here to support. We have a table in the back for more information, but not just monetarily. We need people, we need teachers, we need collaboration with the people that already have come out of college, that are working now with older generations. We need everyone to come together because our MSA at UMBC is only led by our cabinet. We don't have a chaplain. It's literally student led, and we have needs. So I humbly ask all of you to whatever MSA you're near and you can help, get involved because the youth need it. And and when you see MSAs flourish and grow, it's truly one of the most beautiful things. Barakallahu feekum. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.
Thank you, bro.
Oh, yeah.
Thank you. And for those who know, they know. My roots are also at UMBC, but I'm not going to talk too much more about that. So Brother Akil is actually going to leave, so we wanted to leave the rest of the thank yous for the end of the event, but Brother Akil has to leave, so we just wanted to give his thank you right now. Thank you so much for coming and reciting today. Thank you so much, man. Thank you. Allahu Akbar. So now I would like to invite Yahya Chima. I don't see him, but I know he's here somewhere. So Yahya Chima and Ibrahim Darwish, they're going to come talk a little bit about UMD and what we do at University of Maryland. So come on.
الله وبركاته. بسم الله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وصحبه ومن والاه. Zakaria asked me to talk a little bit about UMD, and before I came up, Haris gave me some good advice. He said that we've had more than 5 shahadas on campus in the past 4 years, and really that's due to an effort of hard work, and Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is the one that guides, but we do the work so that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala opens these doors for others. And I wanted to reflect a little bit about some of the things that Hamza mentioned. When Hamza mentioned Surah Ibrahim, the first ayah, لِنُخْرِجَ النَّاسِ مِنَ الظُّلُمَاتِ إِلَى النُّورِ, to make people leave from darkness to the light. Darkness, this word used in the Quran is plural, ظُلُمَات, darknesses. There are multiple darknesses, right? There are multiple paths that someone can stray. إِلَى النُّورِ, to one way, one guidance. And this is something that you'll find a lot in the seerah, that the companions had a very strong conviction about this way. That even before there were major victories, when Suraqa almost caught up to the Prophet ﷺ on his hijrah, and the Prophet ﷺ says, I promise you the gold of Kisra, the Persian ruler, when he's about to die. The Prophet ﷺ was almost captured. Yet the Prophet ﷺ is making bold claims. And the man believed him, even though he wasn't a Muslim. When the companions asked the Prophet ﷺ, where should we go once we become victorious? They said, the Prophet ﷺ advised many of them to go to Sham, Syria and that area. So that conviction needs to push us so that we strive to do more and accomplish more. The second point on using the language, Arabic and its beauty, قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لِتُنذِرَ أُمَّ الْقُرَى وَمَنْ حَوْلَهَا. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says that He made this Quran in Arabic, لِتُنذِرَ أُمَّ الْقُرَى, so that you may warn al-Qura. What is al-Qura? Mecca. وَمَنْ حَوْلَهَا, and what's around it. And actually, if you look at a letter that the Prophet ﷺ sent once they became victorious to the king of Bahrain, which is now the area of the Eastern Arabian Peninsula, he said, know that this religion will reach everywhere that the hoof of a horse goes to. It means that this religion will reach every point that has a human being. The Prophet ﷺ did not see, many of the victories that we have. North America was not known to many people, and yet Islam reached. And why? Because the companions carried the message, and the tabi'een carried the message, and those after them. And for us, we have to continue doing the same. Keep pushing, and even if you don't see anything in front of you, know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will reward you. Some prophets, every prophet will come with their nation on the Day of Judgment. And some prophets will come with no one. Nuh alayhi salam will come with a limited amount of people, right? But Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala rewarded them and will reward us greatly if we work in this effort. And I ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to give us that motivation and drive to accomplish much, much more. And Yahya, if you want to add anything.
I can say that.
Yeah.
Assalamu alaikum, everybody.
Next
Covered
time.
everything, mashallah. But just one thing about the community itself is a lot of students, especially coming to the University of Maryland, they struggle with a lot of things. There's a lot of things that they struggle with emotionally, mentally, psychologically, and oftentimes there's not a lot of release systems, there's not a lot of people they can go to, especially with modern day kind of the way universities are structured. But alhamdulillah, we the MSA, we're trying to provide as much as a community of safe, caring, kind individuals, people who actually listen to you, people who you actually consider brothers and sisters in Islam. And we're just trying to provide that to everybody, to have a nice, comfortable location for them to study, to learn, to live, and eventually, inshallah, help them grow in their knowledge of Islam and their knowledge of deen, and help them become better and better Muslims so that we can impact the world in a great way, inshallah. That's all I have to say, but Jazakallah khair. And thank you all for coming.
So these are these are just some of the faces that were able to come and like talk about UMD and UMBC. But there's so many people behind the scenes that do a lot of work. Like we're very fortunate as well at UMD to have our chaplain who's here with us today, and he'll be speaking after the next two qira. But I would first like to invite Fadilat al-Sheikh Dr. Al-Azari. He doesn't want to go first? Okay. So I would like to ask Fadilat Imam Asmat, inshallah, to come and recite for us, inshallah. Assalamu alaikum.
الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم من كان يريد حرث الآخرة نزد له في حرثه ومن كان يريد حرث الدنيا نؤته منها وما له في الآخرة من نصيب أم لهم شركاء شرعوا لهم من الدين ما لم يأذن به الله ولولا كلمة الفصل لقضي بينهم وإن الظالمين لهم عذاب أليم ترى الظالمين مشفقين مما كسبوا وهو واقع بهم والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات في روضات الجنات لهم ما يشاءون عند ربهم ذلك هو الفضل الكبير ذلك الذي يبشر الله عباده الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إلا المودة في القربى ومن يقترف حسنة نزد له فيها حسنا إن الله غفور شكور أم يقولون افترى على الله كذبا فإن يشاء الله يختم على قلبك ويمحو الله الباطل ويحق الحق بكلماته إنه عليم بذات الصدور وهو الذي يقبل التوبة عن عباده ويعفو عن السيئات ويعلم ما تفعلون ويستجيب الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ويزيدهم من فضله والكافرون لهم عذاب شديد ولو بسط الله الرزق لعباده لبغوا في الأرض ولكن ينزل بقدر ما يشاء إنه بعباده خبير بصير وهو الذي ينزل الغيث وهو الذي ينزل الغيث من بعد ما قنطوا وينشر رحمته وهو الولي الحميد. ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض وما بث فيهما من دابة وهو على جمعهم إذا يشاء قدير. وما أصابكم من مصيبة فبما كسبت أيديكم ويعفو عن كثير. وما أنتم بمعجزين في الأرض وما لكم من دون الله من ولي ولا نصير. ومن آياته الجوار في البحر كالأعلام إن يشأ يسكن الريح فيظللن رواكد على ظهره إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور. أو يوبقهن بما كسبوا ويعفو عن كثير. ويعلم الذين يجادلون في آياتنا ما لهم من نصير. ويعلم الذين يجادلون في آياتنا ما فما أوتيتم من شيء فمتاع الحياة الدنيا وما عند الله خير وما عند الله خير وأبقى للذين آمنوا وعلى ربهم يتوكلون والذين يجتنبون كبائر الإثم والفواحش وإذا ما غضبوا هم يغفرون والذين استجابوا لربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأمرهم شورى بينهم ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين إذا أصابهم البغي هم ينتصرون وجزاء سيئة سيئة مثلها فمن عفا وأصلح فأجره على الله إنه لا يحب الظالمين ولمن انتصر بعد ظلمه فأولئك ما عليهم من سبيل إنما السبيل على الذين يظلمون الناس ويبغون في الأرض بغير الحق أولئك لهم عذاب أليم ولمن صبر وغفر إن ذلك لمن عزم الأمور ومن يضلل الله فما له من ولي من بعده وترى الظالمين لما رأوا العذاب يقولون هل إلى مرد من سبيل وتراهم يعرضون عليها خاشعين من الذل ينظرون من طرف خفي وقال الذين آمنوا إن الخاسرين الذين خسروا أنفسهم وأهليهم يوم القيامة ألا إن الظالمين في عذاب مقيم صدق الله العظيم.
So inshallah we'll be taking a break right now to pray Isha, and then we'll continue with our final reciter, Dr. Al-Azari, after prayer, and we will have Chaplain Brother Tarif also be speaking after prayer. And I just want to remind you, as you guys get ready, like pray Sunnah or whatever, to visit the back and get the dates and water, inshallah.
الله أكبر الله